I'm gonna wash my face, and then I'm gonna do my fucking beauty routine.
Beauty routine, by the way.
It's gonna be good. This is a dress for dyeing my hair. I lost weight though, hella weight.
I'm guessing the weight loss is sponsored by Justin.
Well, yeah, I always moisturize after my skin gets wet because that's how you get dehydrated, is if you have wet skin, it just dries. But if you put it when you haven't put on stuff all day like me.
I don't even know skincare, but I'm pretty sure all of this isn't valid if you literally don't shower. SHEA, you have to shower.
Where's my toner? We're gonna put on a couple of things.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of toners, because I know. Hi. We're gonna start out with the thinnest one we got, which is the rose, which is supposed to be very vitamin C. 90% real rose water. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to get the energy to do my hair lately, and I just have not had it in me to do it. Alright, we'll do the snail mucin toner next. We're doing all of it because I haven't done anything good to my face all week. There's other stuff going on too. Even OnlyFans has been helpful this month, and I've hardly even been on it. I really need to do a photo shoot too, so.
Uh-oh, she needs a new photo shoot. She's gonna call up her selfie stick again.
We're waiting on some very critical evidence discovery, and I still think we have a high likelihood of winning it without it, but I think we're gonna see if we can just postpone it for a week or two, because it's not gonna be ready until like early to mid-July. So I'm asking if he can just delay it till the middle of July, not the end, not August. I don't want to wait.
It's actually really disgusting considering that there are so many different family court cases going on, and she wants to reserve a date, or she thinks that she's entitled to reserving a date.
But yeah, I've been studying a lot of contextually relevant hearing literature and, you know, litigation attempts and contextually relevant situations, which would be violence and cybercrime related. Well, here's how this works, my dude. I actually have newer evidence, and then getting the other stuff, I had to get a subpoena for it. And then I had to, request that my victims' rights be honored, so I didn't have to pay as much. And then I had to work my ass off because I still had to pay for my bills and all the legal fees. So I don't know what you're talking about, Richard. You sound like a dumb.
She literally doesn't do anything. She doesn't even work. The only thing that she does is have Purple drive her around so that way he can get out of the car and make the deliveries, I'm sure. You know, because her POTS is acting up, you know.
Yeah, well, I guess we're gonna find out. I've seen a lot of cases that breach these issues, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm definitely feeling a W, frankly. But we'll see what he grants for the actual, protection. You know, that's what's gonna really matter. Because what I ask for doesn't need to be what he gives me, and that's how a lot of orders will go. I mean, I've had many orders against him, so I know exactly how these can go. And you don't always get what you ask for, specifically, and sometimes the judge will amend it. They might still think you need help, but yeah, if they think you need help, but in a different manner, they'll do that. I mean, I don't know if it'll be a big W, but I do think I'll get protection granted. For many reasons, but the best and most important thing is that there was so much evidence. I had to organize it and figure out a strategy to highlight specific things. And I've only got about 4 videos that I'm going to be showing. And, but yeah, I've got let's just say I've got evidence demonstrating his mental instability. I've got evidence demonstrating his danger to me. I've got evidence and testimonies demonstrating his danger to my friends and my family. And then I have evidence of him being a threat to the public. And then I have all the sexual harassment he has done. And here's the thing, this is a thing called intent, right? While the glory hole itself does not necessarily constitute a W at all, or a charge, get this. The criminal and the family courts have an intersection with DV. So yes, we have a family courts judge. So basically we do have a family courts judge, but also I believe he can't actually get charges while he's there. I don't know how that works though. From what I was reading, that was pretty much what I was reading though. So I'll be showing the nude that he posted of me where I didn't know, obviously literally didn't know. You can tell in my face I didn't even know. where he was trying to claim I was smoking, even though it was literally weed. That's a big one, especially with the new Trump law in place. Yeah, Yehuda, you should probably pop in a little more frequently and you'll see exactly how retarded you sound. I'm just saying, I'm not really looping because I haven't actually been talking about him, but you'd have to be in here to know that. Like, so I was literally something trying really hard to catch me in a moment that I just felt like I could trust a few people. Mind you, I obviously wasn't doing it for attention or a lot of money. It was literally a trust thing. And no offense, but I don't think anybody actually really cares, considering you can tell I covered up my holes. And as a millennial, I've seen tits in the mainstream theaters for like ever. So yeah, no, remember my dudes, I was a stripper. There's a privacy element I like to it though. I don't mind showing on my body for a buck and hanging out if it's fun and I feel respected. If I don't feel respected, I ain't giving you mother. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that one.
This is so much cope just to say that she's not a hoe when she's definitely a hoe.
And also, like I said, the digital, there's a reason I was never an e-girl. I mean, really, I could go on forever. But yeah, no, I don't think somebody trying desperately to prove that I was in a private setting of 3 people when I felt like, okay, this is okay, I'm having fun. And then all I did was take off my G-string and an already see-through lingerie top. Wow, so different. I didn't show holes. I didn't shove anything up my hoo-ha. I sure as didn't desperately for attention send it out for free. Somebody had to sneak that hard into it. That doesn't make me look bad. It makes me look like the bitch I expect to be looked at, which is a respected bitch. And if not, get out, f***ing loser. I don't even know who it is or what his role in all this was with me. I actually have not a clue, nor do I really honestly care that much, to be completely fair. Well, sorry, vegan. There's a big difference between the glory hole and somebody literally desperately trying to sneak that hard into a goddamn live stream that I really hadn't even planned on getting even that naked for, but I felt comfortable, so I did. Which is sad, because that just makes the other guys around, have less of a chance for me to give a about anything more explicit than in clothes. Even if it's a little bit of clothing, and not a lot, I don't think I'm going to take anything off at this point, even if I felt comfortable, because why would I trust it at this point? I sure as don't demonstrate as the bitch who runs around surviving off of this kind of income, nor do I seem like I'm the kind of bitch who doesn't take respect into account when I give any type of service involving my body or my looks to anyone. So get checked, get humbled, because I have a daddy that liked me enough that I'm sure if this was actually a career for myself, I don't think he'd like himself because he'd feel like he did something wrong. The girls that just like to shove shit up their fucking hoo-has or spend their lifetime with their daddy knowing they were a porn star, little different. We're not the same, just saying.
I don't know, Shay. You were pretty damn happy in that video you made. The one where you had the pre-interview right before you with this, well, you know how many you sucked.
No, probably not. I highly doubt it, but if you want me to be frank, I'll probably be a content creator for legal policies. I'm not opposed to that. By the way, I kind of want to get down into some future cyber policies and litigation arguments and framework, because what's happened with me, it happens with other people. It's disgusting. It shouldn't have a place in the internet. Should not. The internet, under the guise of free speech, should not be able to terrorize, threaten, and chase off true free speech creators who literally don't need a hug box, but they do need a level playing field so that they don't feel targeted for speaking their opinions. These freaks that come in and act like they're free speech, they're literally the tyrants against them. So I'll be fighting for that legally, probably. I will not be lasting long today. I'm exhausted. No, I lost a ton of weight. I feel like I'm not as skinny as I'm used to being though. But whatever. I feel like I actually don't mind being a little curvier, actually. No, better witnesses will be testifying. Ones that have been directly impacted by this. Ones that have a legal case applied to it. Or charges coming from other states. I digress. I have like another hour or two until it gets cold enough to go out and walk. If it's cool enough in an hour, even 90 or 85, I'll do it. Just saying. But like, Abby, we've been working all day, dude. We've been working all day. And then I was gonna put on a bikini and one of my dresses. Trauma stuff, no legal stuff. Like I just said, like I want to help reframe litigation and legal fucking structures for like federal and state cyber laws, you know? Because like I said, there's a big difference between tyranny and bullying people out of a space of free speech and real. And I don't want to even put cream on my face. I'm just going to put a little serum on top and we're going to be done. For a second, I want to smoke a cigarette and then... Perp, are you ready to do my hair soon, dear? Yay! Okay. I'm gonna put on a bikini so I don't get my dresses dirty. Okay. I wouldn't know. Well, Perp.
A woman in her 40s needs a brony to dye her hair. Ugh, tragic.
Yeah, it is, but we'll see where it goes. It's supposed to be Wednesday, but I'm waiting on discovery evidence, so. And I also had to drop like $110 to get it. And that was literally like with my victim's fee waivers. Yeah. So it would have been like $400 or $500 if I wasn't a victim. But as a victim, it was still about 100. Yeah. Yep, this is how this works, you know? It's a great world we live in. And then, of course, all illegal aliens, they get the legal attorneys, the taxpayers who paid into the system. Well, you know, we just get advice, but she could give me good advice. 29, so tomorrow's the 30th. We have 4 more days. Probably Tuesday I'd be printing stuff out, honestly, but it doesn't matter because, like, literally we're waiting on findings to support this, and there's a highly unlikely outcome that the judge will turn away any kind of extension involving subpoenaed evidence, because if stuff gets subpoenaed, it kind of means it's a big deal. And yeah, we'll just say we subpoenaed a few different police departments across the country, maybe even the Federal Bureau of Investigations, who, by the way, has their cybercrime unit right behind this house. W. We delivered to them the other day. Yeah, and it might have been like a sign from God that, like, hey, Vegan, remember, they're literally right behind the house. Go for it, girl. Carrying yourself out. Tell them what's up. Because, you know, I love to tell people to do their jobs in the legal system. Remind them of the fucking laws. It's the same judge. But remember, I was able to request a new judge because Nick sabotaged the doxing in the first hearing. So, yeah. I don't want another judge. I like this judge, actually. And he's the one who told me to make it perfect. And if it has to go to trial, he'll tell us that if there's too much evidence. I don't think that will be necessary, though, due to the fact that I have a perfect outline ready to go with the evidence all to back it up. I mean, and I only have 4 videos to show. And you guys know I have literally been watching that boy for 2 years, or I have people sending me videos for 2 years. So yeah, I have a lot of video evidence.
Love how she's admitting to stalking Nick for 2 years right here.
We'll actually stay in this jogger. Here's how this works. They've actually, in the legal system, they've been discussing this particular topic for some time surrounding, which is cyber abuse through internet and technology means, which, again, I'm also in a state that has penal code 653.2. I believe that's the penal code, but yeah, it basically allows also prosecution for indirect cybercrime, so it should be really helpful. Well, actually, John Duncan, it is property damage, but that one's actually listed as a physical and a more aggressive type of property damage, or DV. I just have a disorderly conduct. He also has aggressive disturbance of the peace and a DV, disorderly conduct.
I don't know how many times we have to go over this. SHEA, you pled guilty to the exact same charges Nick did. So if he is a domestic violence perpetrator, so are you. You are a perpetrator of domestic violence, legally, according to the court.
He got that the night that, me, Ethan, and Luis saw. But no, like I said, very, 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 very clearly, Luis is the one who had the plug. Got emergency protective orders granted because it was against us that he acted out the way he did. Yeah, well, that's not even at that house, John Duncan. You got to keep up. There's a legal trail for a reason. I won a lot of cases. I don't know if you just sat there and let him just really rack your brain to the point you don't remember that, but okay, and I don't have charges pressed on me for that. And it wouldn't be relevant. Literally all of the things I'm bringing to court are completely relevant to my situation with him. You might want to take a little bit of advice from me when I say I've gotten a lot granted, and it's not because I'm falsely reporting. Yeah, well, he spent more time in jail than I did, idiot. You do get that? He has 3 charges, 2 warrants, and 4 orders of protection granted. Yikes.
You got all of those orders granted because it was no contest. You didn't prove anything to a court.
Yeah, I literally have a video. Oh, this I'll also be showing the judge. That he literally falsely reported me, as he admits in his stream right after. He also admitted to that being fraudulent and planned out. And as far as history is aware, I've done all my services, paid all my fines, and I'm the current victim in abundance. So yeah, they're not really going to care about my charges because I have evidence to prove that was falsely reported as well. Literally, he says it on his first stream after he got out of jail.
She still thinks that she can get her conviction overturned?
Okay, John, well then, or argue with the courts about it. They have me with the domestic violence victims advocate, so there's a reason for that. He ran a state. What he did is demonstrate his lack of regard for the justice system, which he called and initiated. So yeah, show evidence. I'll show you after the hearing, and if we lose, I'll be mind blown. Actually, I lie. That's why I say well, okay, I already literally. Okay, whatever. I brought Andy. You have a nice day. We're not arguing about actual facts. You're a weird one. Bye-bye. Did I make fake pay stubs for Nick? No. No. And if I did, he made them. Just like Q made me look like I beat my dog. Well, yeah, there was also, like I said, you stupid I know you're too dumb to understand basic common sense, but he also accrued 2 other charges, you dumb such as aggressive disturbance of the peace and another disorderly conduct EV, but I guess you can't wrap that around your head. The only reason I have 2 charges is because I went back home and I was illegally banned from my house, which I can prove because they won't be able to produce mail, which was the standard for him to have been given rights to my house. Yeah. Look, sweetie, I've been very successful with what I've been doing. You should probably just shut up and speak less. Let me do my thing, honey. I'm already doing it.
Guys, she's so successful. She started a whole video where she sucked 6 random men's has done multiple videos of her pretending to be arrested. She's done videos of her another guy. She's lost her car. She's a meth addict. She's an Adderall addict. She has borderline personality disorder. It's been 2 years and she still hasn't gotten any mental health treatment. Yeah, the list goes on. She's totally winning, guys.
You know, just be lucky you're not my ex, John Duncan. That's all I'm gonna say. You sound pretty dumb. Maybe you're as arrogant too.
I just wanted to quickly mention that Q was right.
As a clipper who covers you, you have no idea how unbearable it is to
listening and editing a vegan bod is torturous. So this is a really lame self-promotion to make sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. This video may contain copyrighted material used under the Fair Use Doctrine for purposes of commentary, criticism, review, research, archival, and other transformative uses as permitted under Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act. All rights to the original content remain with their respective owners.